just to explain, it is a World Championship year, so it's not that Jack Hunter-Spivey and Megan Shackleton didn't want to be here necessarily, but they have obviously a programme of events internationally which they're working towards and building up to World Championship. So they've both been in Lignano in Italy in the last few days. So different athletes have different ways of preparing and different tournaments. So that's why we've got this this all new and exciting look to finals day with these two new athletes. And they've both got the first point on the board. That always settles the nerves down.
1, 2.
And, Thomas just acknowledging there the little bit of fortune that he had. You know a little bit obviously about the classifications. Would Thomas be favourite simply because he's got a higher number after his class, or does it not quite work that way?
Not necessarily. I think both have got real potential, and I don't think in terms of their individual classifications there's any disadvantage or advantage. I think it's a case of
2, 3.
making sure they're getting the right level of practice, and obviously they're attending our monthly camps at Sheffield. But certainly both Nathan and Thomas are ones to watch coming through into in our pathway.
Yeah, well, it's great to see them and for them to have this opportunity. And Thomas just having a towel down. The players, it works exactly the same way across all of the disciplines today. After 6 points, or after every 6 points, the players get a chance just to mop their brows or their hands or forearms, anything that might affect the game. It must be great for these guys as well to have the likes of Jack Hunter-Spivey and Megan Shackleton to look up to and to aspire to achieve what they have.
Yeah, and I had a good chat with Thomas yesterday, and he's saying the opportunity to actually even train with Jack and Megan is fantastic. And Thomas was saying I think he got an opportunity to train with Thomas. Is it Tommy? I can't pronounce his name.
Tommy Erhaug, I think.
Yeah. So he had an opportunity.
German Paralympic.
Yeah, and that in itself is a fantastic opportunity. So these guys just aspire to be where our performance athletes are at this present time.
There's another good role model up there as well. He's unretired suddenly. Neil Robinson, of course. I mean, there's not a lot that he hasn't achieved in the game.
Well, just yesterday alone, Megan Shackleton and Neil won bronze in the mixed doubles, which I think is fantastic. Neil.
5.
He's obviously multiple Paralympic Games as a player, but also as a coach, and making his comeback and winning bronze in the mixed doubles was fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. It's very great strength in the para pathway in the moment in the wheelchair classes. So this is a nice tight opening game actually. Thomas just opening up a 2-point gap. There's not been much in it at all. Taking the chance. He's got a little more mobility, of course, so he can perhaps take more advantage of the towel break than Nathan is able to. See just in the background there, Nick Heaps on the bench. I'll say a little bit more. He's coaching Thomas Hepburn. His brother Simon is a remarkable story, isn't it?
Yes.
He was a European cadet champion as an able-bodied athlete way back in 1970, I think it was, and became a para-athlete after losing a leg to type 1 diabetes.
And went on to win multiple international as well as national medals as well, which is just obviously fantastic to see, isn't it?
9.
A wonderful story as well. But yeah, we've seen him on this court on finals day playing Jack with his brother Nick was in his corner that day as well.
6, 9.
So Nathan just keeping in touch, but Thomas has a little bit of a buffer now as he looks to get that first game on the board.
9, 7.
Yeah, a couple of good serves there by Nathan. That was important. Just control what you can control, reduce the deficit. So he's in touch, but Thomas with 2 serves for the game. There's 1 of them. So 3 game points. The players being assisted by our ball crew today to retrieve those loose balls.
11.
And there it is.
7.
Little fist
game
pump by
Hepburn.
Thomas Hepburn as he gets the first game on the board. 11-7. And Nathan has some assistance to get back to his corner. just showing there the difference in the classifications. Thomas is class 4, Nathan class 1, so he's now making his way back to the corner, yeah. And applause from Nick Heaps in the background there as Thomas secured that first game. So World Championship year, Mel, so preparations have just really begun with the tournament in Italy and the previous tournament in Poland.
Yeah.
What are the hopes of the pathway leading into the World Championships? Do you set medal targets
For
the Worlds? Do you set medal targets for the World Championships?
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously, there's medal targets across the classifications, and the team have just kicked off their preparations with the first 2 tournaments that have just got underway. But I think they made a fantastic start already in their first 2 tournaments.
Yeah, and it's about playing high quality players, sharpening up your own skills, keeping the world ranking points high as well, because that's significant, because it depends then, it sort of dictates where you are in the draw, doesn't it? The higher you are, in theory you have an easier pathway through.
Yeah, I mean in theory absolutely, but I think it's also making sure that they're getting that regular match play with the international players, so it's making sure that they're playing in the relevant tournaments that are that will help them prepare for those World Championships this year.
Yeah. So second game, it's Nathan to serve on this occasion.
Second game, Drayner to serve. Love all.
There's a few rule modifications, aren't there, around the wheelchair game. I think you're not allowed to serve, so that it goes off the side of the table. And actually, those rule adaptations apply if you are a standing player playing against a wheelchair player as well. And just another example of how inclusive this sport can be. And we saw Jack Hunter-Spivey actually in the qualifying tournament a couple of years ago, I think maybe last year, for the senior nationals, and Megan Shackleton as well. So they were competing deliberately against standing opponents. Is that an important thing if you're a wheelchair player to test yourself? What does it give you to play against a standing opponent?
I think it is important. I think just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't mean that you're not able to obviously play standing players, and in the table tennis England national championships and qualifiers. I think I remember seeing Jack play one of our youngsters, Dimitar.
Absolutely,
in a match,
Dimitrov,
and it was a fantastic match between the pair of them.
It went to 5, I think.
Yeah, it was such a close match, but it was great to see young talent and also one of our fantastic stars in para.
I think Dimitar was, it might have been 2 years ago actually. Dimitar I think was still under 11 at that stage, and one of the best in the world at under 11 against one of the best in the world.
In para.
So it was great, and in the development of Dimitar's career, to play against that is something completely different. He had to find a way to win. So it helps both athletes actually.
And I think it's fantastic that the sport is so fully inclusive, that we're including para across our championships, and it's a regular feature every year, which is fantastic to see.
Absolutely. And the skill level is it's just as high. You don't have obviously the physical. Thomas just attempted. Nathan just attempted what they call a tetra loop there. I think where we might see 1 or 2 of those where they go for effectively a lob with heavy backspin that falls just over the net and then comes back onto their side. Something that Jack, in particular, I won't say he invented it, but he's certainly one of the best proponents of it.
Yeah. I think he's mastered that particular shot,
Absolutely.
Jack.
It's 5.
Which kind of feeds into the point that I was making, that the skill level in terms of the touch and the feel is just as good as at any level of the Olympic game.
5, 6.
And Thomas just getting himself back into contention now in this second game. He was a few, but here we go.
7, 5.
Perfectly executed. Nice round of applause for that one. It really is highly skillful. It's not something you would see, because obviously if Sam Walker tried that against Tom Jarvis, Tom would just run around the other side of the table and smack it into into the table and away for a winner, but it's a very effective weapon in this game.
Definitely. He's obviously been watching Jack and taking some tips and training.
Yeah, great feel. I think both of these players transitioned from able-bodied after accidents in their childhood. I was reading about, I think Thomas had a fall on the way home from, I think it was swimming or something like that when he was about 9. Nathan was a bit older, 17. He came off a scooter, so transitioning from being able to play able-bodied sport into the para side of the game, and it's taken them to the national championships.
Amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing.
Right, looks like Nathan. He's again
5,
wonderful
10.
control of the spin there. Let's have a look at that. I'm going to see that one again. Lovely side spin, so it just comes over the net and out of Thomas's reach. It's brought him 5 game points to come back. He's really employing this a lot now. But
11,
Thomas tries
5,
to give him a taste of his own
game.
medicine, but well played, Nathan Drayner. He's got
1
himself
game all.
level at 1 game all. Now, can Nick Heaps impart some wisdom here to... It must be very hard to counter, actually. Can you come up with a tactic to counter the tetra loop? If it's perfectly executed, there's almost nothing you can do.
I don't think you can do anything about it, can you? You just can't get the ball back.
No.
But I don't think you can call this particular match. It's so close.
Yeah, and it's what you said when I asked if they had the different classifications, whether that would make a difference.
No,
Nathan is very much living with Thomas. And
definitely.
Tell me a little bit about Rob Davis, because he's obviously a class 1 as well, and he's won everything there is to win. Does Nathan work with him as well? How much do you see the Welsh players coming up to Sheffield?
I don't see the Welsh players that often, but I know that they do attend our camps when there are camps throughout the year. They do obviously come over from Wales, but they're obviously working hard in Cardiff with our coaching team there. But Rob's doing phenomenal. He come back from injury and done brilliant at European Championships, and I think just keeping that consistency. Rob is great with his consistency, and it's showing in his recent form and competitions. Yeah,
he's certainly won everything there is. He and Will Bailey are the real trailblazers in terms of medal winning, aren't they? And lucky to have them in the squad.
Yeah, and I think it's great for the pathway players to obviously aspire to achieve
Third game,
what the likes
Hepburn
of
to
Rob
serve.
and Will have achieved, and they're good role models, fantastic role models. Have been in the squad a long time, so for these guys coming new to the scene, it's definitely great to work with them and train with them in the camps and the training hall.
We hosted the European Para Championships, didn't we, in Sheffield a couple of years ago? What was that like to have that on home turf? I mean, literally on home turf in Sheffield.
It was literally at the EIS. Yeah, it was fantastic, and to have lots of home support as well. I think same for World Championships this year. I think just having that home crowd and that home support will make a real difference to our players.
Yeah. Lovely put away there by Thomas. I would maybe suggest that Nick Heaps' advice would be to try and get in early, take out the possibility of one of Nathan's tetra loops by not giving him the chance to play it.
Yeah. I've been getting some tactics from Simon, probably.
Absolutely.
3, 2.
It's great to see them both giving their all as well.
Absolutely. There's a national championship at stake.
2, 4.
Thomas just taking the early lead in this game now, trying to keep away from Nathan's wonderfully controlled tetra loops. Yeah, 2 para-finals here today, and we will see Will Bailey, who we just mentioned, taking on Billy Shilton.
Billy Shilton, yes.
I'm looking forward to all the matches, in fairness, but that one we don't see Will all that often at these championships.
No.
because as we explained earlier, they all have different ways to prepare for whatever their target is in that year. So Will's been abroad competing sometimes. So it's, yes, nice to see him back. Billy has won this title before, so he knows. Well, how would you call that one? Who can you see? Who do you see winning it?
Difficult to call because obviously they don't tend to play each other in terms of like their classifications. They're completely different classifications. But Billy has just recently won gold.
He did in Poland.
Yeah, recently won gold in his first tournament of the season, so he's on great form. And obviously, Will's been training hard as well. So I think.
And we saw Will actually in the qualifying tournament for the men's singles here, as well as in the power class. He won his first 4 matches, finished second in the group, ultimately to a very promising England junior, Rowan Darnay. Yeah, again, as similar to Jack playing in the qualifying, Will testing himself.
Yeah.
And beating.
Yeah.
Very good. I don't like the word able-bodied necessarily, but very good standing players.
Standing players, yeah. No, so I think it's going to be difficult to call, Paul. Between them, obviously, they're both fantastic in their own rights and in their own classification. So I think it'll be a fantastic game to watch this afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. We've got a couple of doubles finals first. It'll be the women's doubles after this, and then followed by the men's doubles. So Thomas with a 4-point lead as he takes his towel break after 12 points. Looking to move back in front. He won the first game. If you're just tuning in, Nathan Drayner hit back in the second.
Nine, 4.
Acknowledgement there, a little bit of luck for Thomas.
I was speaking to Thomas yesterday, and he said this is his 3rd national championship, so might be his 3rd lucky one, maybe.
Could be. He was just on the wrong end of a wonderful shot there by Nathan, though. Look at that side spin, back spin. Thomas was alive to it and was scooting around the side of the table, but couldn't get there. Wonderfully skillful.
5.
Yeah, he liked that one. I think he sensed that was an important one. He didn't want Nathan to close the gap too much.
Yeah.
And he brings up 5 game points.
10, 6.
Can't take the first one of them. But now on his serve, so with a chance to just cement a lead. And
6.
there it is.
Game.
As Nathan just
Hepburn.
goes a little bit long.
Hepburn leads.
And Thomas
2 games
moves
to
back
love.
in front. Mel, I must ask you about Gorash. Great loss, obviously, when he very suddenly died last year. What was his contribution to British para table tennis over the years?
Gorash has been phenomenal. So 16 years with British para table tennis, and he's just transformed the whole program and the team. Just seeing how we went from winning no medals in the first Paralympic Games that he was our performance director to winning multiple medals at Tokyo and more recently Paris, but real loss to the sport, to our team. Real British para table tennis, as I'm sure you know, is a real family culture. And he epitomised that. He treated all our players, the staff, and the volunteers as family, and just a huge loss to British para table tennis. But he was just a fantastic performance director, just a fantastic human being to our players and the staff. Just phenomenal.
I think the amazing thing when the very sad news broke, it was actually during the London Star Contender last October. The players, I think, had already travelled to compete in, I think, France. I may be wrong.
Yeah.
To hold it together and win medals, they won quite a lot of medals there. What does that say about them and about Gorash and the foundations he had set?
I think it said so much about just
good effort.
The players in terms of they want, whilst it was such a huge shock
Fourth
for
game.
all of us.
Drayner to serve.
When
Level.
the team were briefed, they still wanted to continue to play. They wanted to do it for
and
Goraz.
they were given that choice, were they?
Yeah,
Love.
yeah, you know, and everyone wanted to do it for Goraz, and you know they'd done amazingly well. But it just shows in terms of what he'd instilled into that team. It's just you know, that spirit that he'd instilled into the team. It's just you know, I think his legacy will continue to live on with everyone.
And I think, is it Sabina, his widow, who's just recently been appointed vice president of British Power?
Yeah, so Sabina at our recent EGM was appointed vice president along with Karen Tong as well, and Mike Smith was appointed our new president of British Power Table Tennis. So I think the three of them have made massive contributions to the sport, and particularly Sabina being the bedrock and support of being, you know, supporting Goraz and the team, and enabling him to be in the UK to obviously you know, do what he did with British Power Table Tennis.
Yeah, Slovenian national, but I think was awarded an honorary MBE, so it shows the esteem he was held in Great Britain as well. So Thomas now just looking to pull clear. He's got a 5-1 lead at the first towel break in this fourth game. 6 points away from his first experience of lifting a title on this court. But both players will gain a lot, I'm sure, from this experience, whatever the result might be from here on. Just settles himself down. Keep calm, don't rush. He's covered that tetra loop though, didn't quite. I was going to say, didn't quite get enough. He got a bit too much distance on it, in fact, Nathan, that attempted tetra loop, and Thomas was able to just lean forward, catch it on the half volley, and send it back across the net.
1-7.
Nathan just trying to whip that across. Yeah, now Thomas really putting his pedal to the metal, so to speak, and pulling clear. 3 points now stand between him and the national title. Oh, yeah, beautifully done.
2.
He's still in there fighting, Nathan. He's got such good control. There's one earlier in the game that he just put a little bit too much on, but he's pretty much nailed all of those. Tries another one. This time
9.
Thomas covers it, and
2.
Nathan, I think, seems disappointed there that couldn't quite get that over. Just clipped the net and took it away. So 9-2. One more serve to come.
3. 9.
Unable to control the half volley this time. So can Nathan reduce the arrears? 2 tight serves here.
3. 10.
So championship points, 7 of them. Thomas Hepburn, his 3rd appearance at the National Championships. First time on finals day.
11. 3.
Oh, and that's a sad way to end in many ways, with Nathan serving into the net.
Wins the match.
But a well-deserved victory for Thomas Hepburn, who is the class 1 to 5 national champion for 2026. And warm acknowledgement from his opponent Nathan Drayner, who took the second game, levelled the match at 1-1, showed a masterful control of the tetra loop, but ultimately didn't quite have the all-round game to land enough blows.
Thomas, huge congratulations. Tell us how you're feeling after that final.
Yeah, I was very nervous during it, but I'm glad to have won. Yeah, I'm a bit speechless. It's great. It's a great feeling. Yeah.
And obviously, this is your first finals day, competing in this event. 3 years on the bounce now, obviously reaching finals day. What's the difference playing here on court 1 on finals day?
Yeah, I mean, having just one court, I mean, everyone just watching you, the nerves, it's a lot of pressure. Every single serve, you'd think just, you don't know mistakes. It's, yeah, a lot of pressure.
Obviously, the talent that it takes to do those tetra loops and things like that is really, really impressive. Tell us what practice you put in to get ready for these events and how you do things like that.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm training maybe 5 times a week, so 15 hours a week. I work full time as well, so trying to fit everything in, it's a lot of workload. But I mean, next week I'm off to my international debut in Spain. So this lead up and doing the nationals is a great warm up for my international first event next week.
Well, congratulations, Thomas, and best of luck next week in Spain.